Nikki Sixx, a name synonymous with rebellion, resilience, and unwavering dedication to the world of rock and roll. As the bassist and a key figure behind Mötley Crüe, he helped create music that shook the industry, with signature riffs, powerful lyrics, and electrifying stage performances. More than just a musician, Nikki Sixx is a symbol of endurance, overcoming dark times such as addiction, a near-death experience, and numerous life challenges, only to rise again and continue inspiring millions of fans around the world. With his distinctive and charismatic style, his influence extends far beyond music, into the realms of fashion, literature, and alternative culture. From the controversial Shout at the Devil album to the raw and moving autobiography, The Heroin Diaries, every piece of work he's produced leaves a lasting impact. Behind the bad boy image lies a deeply creative soul, a writer, photographer, and speaker who openly shares his story of struggle and survival. In this video, we'll explore the life journey of Nikki Sixx, from a challenging childhood to his success with Mötley Crüe, musical projects like 6 a.m., and his evolution as a multi-talented artist and advocate for drug rehabilitation. We'll also take a closer look at his personal life, the values he holds dear, and the human side behind the legendary rock star image. This is the story of a musician who made history through dedication, creativity, and unshakable courage. Early life. Nikki Sixx, born Frank Carlton Serafino Farana Jr. on December 11, 1958, in San Jose, California, comes from Italian descent on his father's side. After his father left the family, he was raised by his mother and grandparents. However, when his mother also left, Nikki lived full-time with his grandparents and frequently moved from place to place. From a young age, Nikki showed a deep interest in music. He grew up listening to legendary bands like Deep Purple, The Beatles, The Rolling Stones, Queen, Elton John, and Black Sabbath. Over time, he also drew inspiration from glam rock artists like T-Rex, David Bowie, and Slade, influences that would later shape his musical style and visual aesthetic. His youth was filled with challenges. He got involved in juvenile delinquency, including theft and drug dealing, and was eventually expelled from school. He briefly lived with his mother in Seattle, where he began learning to play the bass guitar, an instrument he bought with the money he got from selling a stolen guitar. At 17, he made the bold decision to move to Los Angeles, working odd jobs while chasing his dream of becoming a musician. His music career began when he joined the band Sister, led by Blackie Lawless. After being dismissed from the group, he teamed up with Lizzie Gray to form the band London in 1978. It was during this time that he officially changed his name to Nikki Sixx. Although London went through many lineup changes, the experience proved to be a crucial stepping stone in his musical journey before forming Mötley Crüe. Career and success. In 1981, Nikki Sixx founded Mötley Crüe alongside drummer Tommy Lee. They found guitarist Mick Mars through a newspaper ad and later recruited Vince Neil, an old high school friend of Lee, as the band's vocalist. They independently recorded their debut album Too Fast for Love and released it through their own label, Lethur Records. This early success caught the attention of Elektra Records, which re-released the album. Mötley Crüe's career skyrocketed with the release of Shout at the Devil in 1983, a highly controversial album that cemented their identity as a glam metal band with a wild, rebellious image. They followed it up with Theater of Pain and Girls, 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 which further solidified their status as global rock stars. Their peak came with Dr. Feelgood, their most successful album, which stayed on the Billboard charts for over 2 years. During this era, Nikki and Tommy earned the nickname Terror Twins due to their notorious behavior both on and off stage. But behind the glitz and chaos, Nikki was battling a severe heroin addiction. He once admitted that heroin was his true love, and revealed he had overdosed about half a dozen times. The most infamous incident occurred on December 23, 1987, when he was declared clinically dead for 2 minutes after an overdose, only to be revived by a paramedic who injected adrenaline directly into his heart. This near-death experience marked a major turning point in his life and was later candidly documented in his book, The Heroin Diaries. In 1991, the band released Decade of Decadence, a greatest hits compilation. Shortly after, Vince Neil left the band and was replaced by John Corabi. With Corabi, they released the self-titled album Mötley Crüe, though it didn't meet expectations. Neil rejoined in 1997, and the band released Generation Swine, though the musical direction was seen as a departure by many fans. One of the more controversial moments in Sixx's career occurred during a 1997 concert, when he used a racial slur and incited the crowd to attack a security guard. Although he later claimed to have apologized, the incident temporarily damaged his public image. After Tommy Lee left the band in 1999, briefly replaced by Randy Castillo, Mötley Crüe went on hiatus. However, in 2004, the original lineup reunited, and Nikki publicly stated he had been clean and sober ever since. Their 2001 autobiography, The Dirt, became a bestseller, further cementing their status as unshakable rock icons. In 2008, they returned with the album Saints of Los Angeles and embarked on major tours such as Crüe Fest. On this album, Nikki served as the primary songwriter for every track, reaffirming his dominant creative role. He is credited as the mastermind behind many of Mötley Crüe's legendary songs, including Live Wire, Home Sweet Home, Kickstart My Heart, and Dr. Feelgood. Tracks that not only capture their wild lifestyle, but also reflect Nicky's personal struggles and triumphs over his past. Wealth. Nikki Sixx's net worth is estimated to be around $65 million, a figure that reflects his remarkable career journey with Mötley Crüe. His primary income stems from album sales, major tours, and royalties from hit songs he wrote, such as Kickstart My Heart and Dr. Feelgood. In addition to his work with the band, Nikki also found success through side projects like 6 a.m., as well as autobiographical books such as The Heroin Diaries and The Dirt, the latter of which was adapted into a film by Netflix. Outside the music industry, he has also profited from luxury real estate deals, including the sale of his Westlake Village, California home, which sold for $5.18 million. In 2010, he launched a syndicated radio show called 6 Cents, which aired every weeknight from Monday to Friday. The show featured Nikki discussing music, lifestyle, and behind-the-scenes stories from the rock world. He also hosted a weekend version, The Side Show with Nikki Sixx, a 2-hour program broadcast on Saturdays or Sundays. Sixx officially stepped away from all his radio ventures on December 31, 2017. Nikki Sixx is also actively involved in philanthropy. He has partnered with Covenant House, an organization that supports homeless youth. A portion of the proceeds from the Heroin Diaries book and album were donated to this cause. Nikki also frequently auctions off personal items to raise additional funds. By April 2009, the program had raised over $100,000. Through his life story and public platforms, books, radio, and social media, Nikki actively promotes awareness of mental health, drug abuse, and the importance of recovery, often lending his voice in support of those who are still struggling. Personal life. Nikki Sixx was in a relationship with singer Vanity in 1987. In his autobiography, he described their time together as deeply challenging, particularly because both were struggling with personal issues and addiction. For Sixx, the relationship felt more like a bond of friendship formed during a dark time rather than a healthy romantic connection. He was married twice before meeting his third wife, His first marriage was to model Brandy Brandt, lasting from 1989 to 1996, and together they had 3 children. Shortly after their divorce, Sixx married actress Donna D'Errico, with whom he had 1 daughter. However, that relationship was also turbulent and ended in 2007. Sixx then had a relationship with tattoo artist Kat Von D from 2008 to 2010, though it didn't last. In 2010, he began dating Courtney Bingham, proposing to her in 2012. They got married in March 2014, and in 2019, they welcomed a daughter named Ruby. Nikki Sixx and his wife Courtney now reside in a peaceful and scenic mountain area in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They chose this location to enjoy a more tranquil life, far from the chaos of the entertainment industry. Their home is uniquely designed, a fusion of rock star lifestyle and classic American cowboy aesthetics. The interior features natural wood, leather, crystals, and animal motifs, creating a warm yet luxurious atmosphere. Vehicles. Nikki Sixx, the legendary bassist of Mötley Crüe, is not only known for his wild rock and roll lifestyle, but also for his refined taste in automobiles. His personal car collection reflects his bold, stylish, and timeless character. Among his lineup of luxurious modern cars, he owns a Ferrari 458 Spider, an elegant Italian supercar with a fierce performance, and a Porsche 911, a symbol of speed and timeless precision. Staying true to his American roots, Nikki also preserves the legacy of muscle cars with a Chevrolet Chevelle SS, known for its raw power, and a Ford Thunderbird, which adds a touch of classic glamour to his garage. Embodying his adventurous and rebellious side, Nikki owns a Jeep CJ7, a rugged, versatile vehicle perfect for extreme terrain or just cruising around LA. Nikki Sixx is also known for his eye-catching, character-filled motorcycle collection. He owns a classic retro-style Harley-Davidson, as well as a custom chopper featuring an extreme design and an ultra-long front fork. For Nikki, these vehicles are more than just modes of transportation. They're extensions of his powerful personality, full of character, distinctive in style, and reflective of the free-spirited ethos he lives by. Hobbies. Nikki Sixx practices Transcendental Meditation as one of the key ways to maintain peace and balance in his life. After years of living in the high-pressure world of rock and battling a dark past filled with addiction, Sixx discovered that this form of meditation helps him stay focused, think more clearly, and manage stress in a healthier way. By dedicating time to meditate regularly, he feels more connected to himself and is able to live a more stable, positive, and mindful life. Outside the music world, Nikki Sixx is also deeply passionate about visual arts, particularly photography. He often captures moments and objects with a strong artistic perspective. This interest has led him to another creative hobby, creating coffee table books featuring his poetry and photography. Through these works, Sixx expresses his artistic and emotional side beyond music, sharing his views on life, art, and his personal journey. These books are more than just art pieces. They are reflections of his deep artistic soul and a life rich with stories,